like no, like as long as one thinks that he is in the, can you please write this out so that I can see and review on it. Oh. So as long as a person is in the metal association, he will be of demonic nature. Even if he is a pious also, so-called piousness also, it's a kind of associated with the modes of nature. But when a person becomes Krishna conscious, then he will understand that he is not the enjoyer, and he is only like he will rise about the modes of nature. What are the modes of material nature? Mode of passion, goodness, and ignorance. So uh, the mode of goodness person will actually tries to do good to others and do good and be good, and he's thinking that by doing so he is doing great favor to the society and the living entities, and he is doing the greatest service, or he is doing the greatest touch. He thinks that he is achieving the greatest accomplishment. Thank you. So and he is fully satisfied with that. Now, like if you go to some people and say about not take up spirituality and all those things, that person is, what is the use of spirituality? I'm doing good, I'm helping people, and I'm living my life happily. What is the need of spirituality? That will be their motto. That will be their uh, philosophy of life. But if you take the person in mode of passion, he just want to enjoy himself. He just wanted to exploit the resources of the metal nature, and he will keep himself as the center of the universe, and he will just, oh, I have this much, I'm going to achieve more and more, and so that I can enjoy more and more. That will be his nature. And the person in mode of ignorance, he is not concerned about what is getting and where is, uh, who is going where and what is happening to around him. He is just is like no, he is into ignorance. That's it. Mm. So he will just be intoxicated or violent and anything like that. So but a person who is in as long as a person is in mode of goodness, he will um, karanam gunasangasya sad asad uyoni janmashu. He will take repeated birth and death again and again in different wombs of metal nature. Mm. So for one to uh, rise above all these three modes of nature, or for one to get out of this metal existence. But one question may arise: why one has to get out of this mental existence? Hmm? Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, like it is out of ignorance only one thing that he is enjoying in this metal nature. Now, but uh, if somebody like, what is the difference between the person who is in knowledge and who is in ignorance is, the person in knowledge will know what is his actual position, how he can be happy eternally, but still he don't have to suffer. But a person in mode of in the three modes, he thinks that his life is all in all, means his life is, at most he can get is come to the mode of goodness, or some achieve some pleasure in the mode of passion. So that is his way of life, and he will not even think to rise above, to think beyond his perception. What is his perception? Perception is like he take birth in certain circumstances, and then he grew up and he tries to improve his material conditions. Like for example, if a person is born in a lower class, then he will come to middle class or upper middle class. If a person born in middle class, then he will try to become upper middle class, um, or higher class, or a wealthy person. So in the material terms, they try to improve their sense gratification. That's it. Uh, but a person like if you see in Srimad Bhagavatam, It is all the stories of kings and all the greatest of the yogis and great demigods and sages. Why? Because a person in of normal mediocre living, he will at most may accomplish certain kind of he may improve his, like, for example, if his forefathers were lakpatis, he may become a crorepati. But then they cannot become kings like Parikshit Maharaj or like Dhruva Maharaj or Prahlad Maharaj, uh, or Indra or Brahma. Hmm. They will never be able to become that. So, but these people are constantly striving to improve their material nature. Oh, my family is so much. So I'm going to work very hard, and I'm going to earn a lot of money, and I'm going to build a lot of big house, and are going to influence so many people, or employ so many people under me, so that I can be happy and my family can be happy. Hmm. So these are all, like, when compared to the characters in Bhagavatam, they are like beggars, not even beggars, like very literally out of comparison only. If you see the opulences that are mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam, they are like, they have uh, abundance of everything. And that kind of why that kind of extraordinary opulent personalities are mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam is what you are striving to achieve, these personalities already have, like Dhruva Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, and Parikshit Maharaj, they already have. They are the rulers of entire earthly planet. But still, they are not sad. They are like, their goal is to achieve Krishna consciousness. Their goal is to get out of this material existence. Huh? And their goal is to become a pure devotee of the Lord. So Srimad Bhagavatam is literally saying that you just see their lives and learn from them. Hmm? So that's why Srimad Bhagavatam is the greatest of the Purana, the greatest of the knowledge that anybody can have in the scriptures, because it will give a practical example of life. Mhm. So that's why, like, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, right? Janma karma chame divyam. That is not Janma karma chame divyam. It is uh, Janma mrityu jara vyadi dukkha doshanu darshanam. Somebody who can actually see Janma mrityu jara vyadi, the birth, old age, disease, and death are the real problems of life. Only they are in actual knowledge. So if all of our scriptures, Puranas, Itihasas, and Vedas, Upanishads, all are trying to convey that message. See, this life is temporary. You have to achieve for something permanent. But our nature is permanent. You are permanent, but the circumstances around you are temporary. So you don't have to identify. You should not identify yourself with this temporary situations around you. You should identify yourself with something permanent, which is your eternal relationship with Krishna. That's why you have to come uh, from ignorance to knowledge, from darkness to light, from temporary to permanent. What is the sloka? Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityurma Amritangamaya. Okay, like that means. So means that is the goal of life. One has to, in his consciousness, in his level of understanding of life, they have to come from mode of ignorance, or from the modes of nature unto the transcendence. Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya, Mrityorma Amritangamaya. From the deathless, from the deathful state, he has to come to the eternal state. Hmm? So that is the real advancement. That is the real. If somebody has to achieve anything in life, that achievement is the greatest of all achievements. So that's why one has to strive to get out of the modes of mental nature. So, but is there any more practical example that any more practical example? Because one cannot easily correlate with the characters in Srimad Bhagavatam, because in the Srimad Bhagavatam sometimes we say, oh, Parishit Maharaj is the ruler of entire planet, and he has he's so powerful. He actually dealt with Kali also, and Dhruva Maharaj has fought with Yakshas also. because we don't see them. We don't see the Yakshas, we don't see like Kali and all those things. So then they may think that, oh, these are irrelevant and they cannot be followed. They are very impractical also. So that's why, like, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, like, mercifully came as a devotee and showed, and like in the Mahaprakash. So the Mahaprakash took place in Navadip actually once. During Mahaprakash Lila, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became so magnanimous and he wanted to fulfill all the desires of all the devotees around him. So that time, like, he called all the devotees. Now, like, of course, he fulfilled the desires of every devotee, but m- most, like, like with in this context, we can discuss about the two main devotees, the Kulavich Sridhar and Haridas Thakur. Haridas Thakur is directly the incarnation of Lord Brahma. Lord Brahma position is like, for example, Lord Brahma gave benedictions to Hiranyakashipu. And because of the benedictions that he got from Lord Brahma, Hiranyakashipu was able to rule the entire three worlds. And just to, by the benedictions of Lord Brahma, benediction means just, okay, you take this, you take means very insignificantly he gives the benedictions. Very, like, they are nothing to Brahmaji. So such a kind of person, such Brahma, he comes as Haridas Thakur, and Mahaprabhu asked him, Haridas Thakur, what do you want? What do you want from me? I am very much pleased with you. Ask anything from me. And Haridas Thakur asked, my lord, I wanted to be a worm or a dog in the house of of your devotee, or a worm, so that I can get their remnants of their Mahaprasadam. Hmm? So that is the, and then he says, oh, my lord, please excuse me for asking such a high exalted position. I'm not qualified for that also. Please forgive me, like that. He begs forgiveness. Means when Mahaprabhu wanted to show us what is actually the spiritual position when compared to the material position. With respect to the material position, he has everything. He is like Lord Brahma himself. He has all the 14 planetary systems under him. He is a primary creator, a secondary creator of entire universe. So such a kind of person, he could have asked anything, but he asked for the insignificant position in the spiritual circle, or like just like a dog or a worm in the house of a devotee. Not like a, I want to be dog in the spiritual world along with Krishna. Not like that. He asked, I want to be a dog or a worm in the house of a devotee. So, when compared to the spirituality, when compared to the transcendental nature, that can compared to Krishna consciousness, Krishna conscious uh, s- um, circumstances, the material circumstances are very insignificant. The highest person in the material position is aspiring for the lowest position in the spiritual position, spiritual circle, in Krishna conscious life. So, means the if you see material, no kind of material comparison can not be equal to anything insignificant in the spiritual circle also. So that's why, as long as one is identifying himself with this material nature, as long as one is in the metal circle, he always try to be boss. You want to I want to acquire this, I want to subdue them, I want to win over them, I want to be the greatest of achiever, like that, all those things. But as soon as the same person comes into the spiritual circle, he tries to become more and more insignificant. In the metal circle, you want to become boss on boss on boss. I want to become boss. I want to become more and more advanced. I want to achieve more and more wealth. But in the spiritual circle, you want to become dasa on dasa. Hmm? So Gopi Bhartaru Padakamale, dasan dasa. That's what Mahaprabhu aspects for. Means Mahaprabhu says, let me be in the Mahaprabhu in the mood of a devotee. He says to Krishna that let me be servant of your servant. That is the position, that is the position that a devotee aspires for in the spiritual circle. That is a real spiritual Krishna conscious life. So that's why, and when it comes to Kolavich Sridhar is like a pauper. Means he's like, you don't have anything. So, for example, when it comes to Haridas, for example, he was Lord Brahma. Okay, he actually went through a lot of opulences. He had a lot of opulences in the position of Brahma. That's why he got fed up with the opulences. Now he's aspiring for something uh, menial. But the Haridas, the Kulavich Sridhar, he was simple banal life sailor. He doesn't even have a nice thatched roof also. And his dhoti has lot of holes. He used to tie the holes on the dhotis in his dhoti that more knots are more than his actual dhoti. But when Mahaprabhu calls for Kolaj Sridhar and asks Kolaj Sridhar, I am very much pleased with you. You can ask me anything. I can give Ashta Siddhis and I can give anything in this planetary system. I can make you Brahma like that. He says to Kolaj Sridhar. Kolaj Sridhar says, my lord, what should I do with all those things? They will be like unnecessary disturbance for me. And Mahaprabhu wanted to show the world how a devotee should be. Hmm? And he said, no, no, ask anything for me. Like, ask something for me. I wanted to give something to you. Anything you may ask, I will give whatever you want, whatever you desire, I will grant for you. Mahaprabhu says, I don't have any desires. Please don't tempt me to all these, material things. Actually, I'm very much satisfied. I don't need anything. I'm fully satisfied. I don't have any desire at all, he says. But Mahaprabhu insists, please ask something from me. Then Kauracharya asks, in every lifetime I want you to come with to me and bargain me for the banana leaves. That kind of interaction I should have with in every life. So Kolovich Sridhar didn't even in the remote sense also, in even indirect sense also, didn't even have uh, any aspiration to become wealthy. He's not saying, okay, in my to this lifetime, you came to me bargain about banana leaves. In the next lifetime, I will be the gold merchant or diamond merchant. You come and bargain diamonds or gold coins with me. No, he's saying, in next lifetime also, I'll become Kolavich Sridhar. I will become the banana leaf seller, and you come to me and you should bargain with me. You should actually, I should have that interaction with you, sweet interaction with you. So that is the aspiration of the greatest of the devotees. So this we can easily correlate. We can it is for us it is difficult to correlate with Dhruva Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, all those things. But when it comes to Koloj Sridhar and Haridas Thakur, they are practically they just lived 500 years back. So that should be the aspiration. So the more we have the aspiration for material things, the more complicated our life becomes. Aspiration for name, fame, respect, amanina manadena. Everybody should respect me. Nobody should insult me. Nobody should talk ill about me. Everybody should have high regard up for me. I have a position. I'm a senior devotee. I'm so and so. That kind of all the upadhis, all the uh, externalities are impediments for our bhakti. We may achieve or we may not achieve. Metal appliances may come into your life, may not come into your life. We may be very successful or we may not be very successful. It all depends on Krishna. We just do our duty in this material world, do the duty as if no, it is only a temporary setup. Do our duties, do the needful. Don't over endure on any of the things, and then be fully Krishna conscious. Do our best. But how to be fully Krishna conscious? Becoming more and more humble and humble and humbler, and becoming a servant of servant. That should be the mood. Uh, and the more we place ourselves as servant of servant, the number of servants added up in the middle, the more advanced we become. That is the like such a wonderful way of advancing in our Krishna conscious life and in our spiritual life also. So, but if you see here, like now, if you see ourselves, our lives also, because we have been like when we take birth in this Kali Yuga, it means that we have been going through millions and millions and trillions of lives. And it is said that in Kali Yuga, a person taking birth in Kali Yuga means he has the mountain load of sinful reactions through his past lives. He doesn't need to have any sinful, you don't have to perform any sinful reaction in this life. He already committed more than the sinful reaction that he has to commit. And we are all mercy cases. Hmm. It is practically impossible for us to get out of the modes of material nature or the illusory things and then focus on pure bhakti. It is practically impossible for us to be on the platform of spirituality or be on the platform of pure Krishna consciousness. So that's why. But the problem is Krishna, as long as you are Krishna, until you surrender, Krishna won't accept you. Until Krishna reciprocates with you, you will not be able to take up Krishna consciousness. And until we become devotee, we will not be able to take up Krishna consciousness. So there is a disconnectivity there. Means there is some requirement from Krishna's side and there is some requirement from our side. And for our side to surrender, from our side to surrender, there should be a reciprocation from Krishna. And for reciprocation from Krishna to happen, there should be a full surrender from our side. That is not practically, that is not very easily happening in this Kali Yuga. It is very, very difficult with the kind of distraction that we have, the kind of sinful reaction that we have accumulated, with the kind of surroundings or not the distractions we have. So it is very much impossible, very much unlikely, very much, it is very, very difficult to even to surrender to Krishna. Even Krishna says, just surrender to me. Sarvadharman paradya mamekam sharanam vaja aham tvam sarvapaiva moksheshayam masha. Just live off everything. Live all the dharma, good, bad, all the things. Just surrender to me. I will take care of you. But the surrender itself is not possible. So then Prabhupada says, but Krishna has some reservations. Krishna cannot accept you very easily. So that's why he comes as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When he comes as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is Mahavadanya. He is like he gives Krishna Prema just like that. As soon as you said, yes, I wanted to be interested, but I have this all disqualification. As soon as you say, yes, I'm interested, immediately you are eligible for mercy. And on the other hand, more than Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, there is Nityananda Prabhu. Nityananda Prabhu is like, even if you are saying, I'm not interested, I don't want Krishna in my life, go away. And Nityananda Prabhu will come behind us and follow us and then catches us and then gives us Krishna consciousness. That is the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu. So that is the only hope that we have. And the Nityananda Prabhu's representative is our spiritual master. Even though we don't ask for the spiritual masters and his representatives comes into our life and gives Krishna consciousness to us, so that by which we can actually disentangle ourselves and attain the perfection of life. So that's what I can say today. If anybody have any questions or comments, we can discuss now. I'm sorry we had to start little late today. Anybody have anything to say? Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna and Dandavat Pranam. Thank you so much for the wonderful class. Personally, I like the point which you talked about. For us to receive Krishna's reciprocation, there are conditions at our side as well. We have to fulfill that so that Krishna can reciprocate. That's wonderful, Prabhuji.
Thank you. Anybody have any more questions or comments? Anything to say, Prabhu?
No, actually, I'm meditating on that. We are not doing anything to practice that reciprocation. That is very nice.
Yeah, today morning I was listening to Prabhupada class. Prabhupada said, Krishna has some reservations. The Mahaprabhu is more merciful, but you should be very careful. It means Krishna himself coming as Mahaprabhu. So even though he is very merciful, but still you should be very careful.
Okay. Okay, we'll end it here. If anybody, nobody has any questions. Tantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Ananta Koటి Vaishnava ki jai. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you.